Hello, Anna.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello there.
So I don't have that many questions either. But
Okay.
let's go. Naisha Shaman. Hi, my name is Naisha. My sister filed for me in '02. I was approved but never received any working papers. What should I do? Please help me.
Your sister filed for you in 2002. You never got any working papers. Where are you? Are you in the United States? Are you in another country? You're obviously eligible for your green card, but you may not be eligible to adjust under 245I unless you had something filed before April 30th, 2001. A lot of times people don't even realize that they had something filed before April 30th, 2001. You wouldn't believe how many times people come in and they say, I can't get my green card, and then we have a discussion, and it turns out that dad got filed for in the 1980s, and the person who was sitting in front of me, I'm just making up a hypothetical, was under 21 at the time. Guess what? That grandfathers you in. So this woman has been sitting around since 2002 waiting to adjust her status. Maybe she can, maybe she can't. Okay, but she's been eligible for a green card through the brother-sister application for at least 3 or 4 years already, if their sister filed for her in 2002. Maybe she's eligible for a provisional waiver. She needs a consultation to figure out how to finish up her case.
All right.
Need to call you guys.
Yes.
Yep.
Pat Nadine. I have a crime case.
I don't hear you, Anna. You got to speak up a little bit.
I have a crime case. And it was dismissed. My wife filed for me. It's going to affect my application.
Yes. A crime case, you were arrested. Criminal case.
Yeah.
Okay? You were arrested, and every time you're arrested, it affects your application. There is never a time when you are arrested where it does not affect your application. Sometimes you get arrested, guess what? It's not a positive outcome for immigration. It's a negative outcome. That doesn't mean you're not going to get your green card. It just means that it's not a positive thing to go in and say, hey, I've been arrested. Immigration's like, wonderful, let's give you a green card. They're going to want to look into this arrest. Why were you arrested? Do you have good moral character? Do you have a conviction that bars you from getting a green card? Does that conviction allow you to get a waiver? If it doesn't allow you to get a waiver, are you going to get deported? Every time you are arrested, it is negative to your immigration case. It is not a positive thing. And so the fact that you're asking a question, I have a crime case, I have a criminal case, however you want to phrase it, is that going to affect you? Of course it's going to affect you. The fact that you're even asking this question, you already know it's going to affect you. You need to come and see a good lawyer. By the way, what's very funny is right now, I think because I don't know why, I don't know the vibrations. We had our 100th anniversary, and we still have some confetti up in the ceilings above all our lights, and for some reason they're falling down today. So every so often, as I'm answering the question, I see like one little piece of confetti come down. All right, continue.
Shane Lee. Hi, as a DACA recipient, married to a U.S. citizen, will I be okay if I file for my green card before March?
Yes. Who's filing for you? One of the things
I believe.
Yeah, one of the things.
I believe his wife.
His wife, yeah, then you'll be fine. One of the things we want to do is when you ask a question on Facebook, tell us where you're from. Tell us if you're in the United States. If you're in the United States, tell us how you came here, how long you've been here. Give us a little background, a little flavor about you, so that way I can help you better. Okay? So if you ask a question, hey, I'm on DACA, if I file for my green card, am I okay? It's not a lot of flavor there that I can answer. I got to take guesses on what your situation is. The more information you give us, the better information I can give you. Anna?
Janae Facey. Sorry. Good morning. Will it cause a problem if I haven't filed taxes with wife because she has a lot of arrears for IRS? The husband has to remove his condition of his green card soon. Will it affect them not filing taxes together?
The answer is yes. And so basically, they're not filing a joint tax return because the wife is in arrears, probably is what he meant to say, meaning he owes taxes to the IRS. You got to file a joint tax return. Now, when you file a joint tax return, guess what? That makes you jointly responsible for your spouse's debts. But So you don't want to do that because you don't want to be responsible for your spouse's debts. But at the same time, how does immigration decide whether or not it's a real marriage? Are you jointly liable for your debts of the marriage, and are you jointly partaking in the proceeds of the marriage? That's how they determine whether it's a real marriage. You have an economic relationship. So if your wife has a debt, guess what? You have a debt also. Because if you're not being responsible for your wife's debt, immigration's going to say, you're not in a real marriage. You don't have an economic relationship together. Now, one of the things that we do here at Spar and Bernstein, Squeeze, which you are very well aware of, okay, is we have a tax attorney here.
Okay.
Right, Anna? Right. Is that coffee or water?
Right. Coffee.
I'm in the middle of this impassioned speech, and I'm going.
Yes,
so, you gotta wake up.
I love my.
I
need to have my coffee every morning.
Are you a late night person?
No, I'm not.
You're
but
not. You still need the coffee.
Last night I went to sleep a little early, and I feel more tired.
Right.
That I got more hours of sleep.
That's what happens.
Weird.
That's what happens because you have to be on the same schedule every night. I did the same thing. So then I got up and I drank more coffee this morning than usual. So now I'm all hyper, as you can tell.
Yeah, when I get less sleep, I'm more energized than when I get more sleep.
So wait.
Well,
So wait. Let me finish the story. I got off track.
Oh, okay.
I got off track.
Sorry.
Squeeze, you can join us whenever you'd like. So you have to file a joint tax return, okay? Because if you don't file a joint tax return, your I-751 is going to be denied. Now, we have an attorney here, Carmela. She's a tax attorney. So if you can't afford, you're in arrears. You owe the IRS money. You obviously owe the IRS money because you don't got it. Okay? Nobody has, well, maybe there are people who have money and just choose not to pay. But for the most part, don't.
You don't got it?
Don't got it. Don't have it.
You don't have it.
Don't have it. Don't got it. Nobody says I was good in grammar. So most of the time when you owe money, it's because you don't have the money to pay. Okay? It's very rare that somebody is a multimillionaire and they just say, screw it, I'm not going to pay you. Okay? But it happens also, right, Squeeze? Sometimes you get screwed by multimillionaires, right?
Oh, believe me.
We all believe you, you know. But usually it's because you don't have the money. So, if you don't have the money, IRS doesn't care. They're going to come after you anyway. But what Carmela does is she knows some little known used laws that says that if you can demonstrate to the IRS you don't have the money to pay, then they have to cut your taxes down. So what we do here at Spar and Bernstein is we recognize that a lot of times people have to file joint tax returns. They got to take over the debts of their spouse because of immigration purposes, but at the same time now they owe $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to the IRS, maybe more. You go to Carmela. She negotiates it down. I mean, time and time again, we have situations where people owed $100,000, $150,000, and she comes on our show and she goes, "Oh yeah, they paid $20." And it's an absolute free consultation to speak with Carmela. Let's continue, Anna.
Let's continue.
Will a DUI 4 years ago affect you when you apply for citizenship?
Yes. Again, anytime you are arrested, it is not positive. Of course it will affect you, especially if it happened 4 years ago. If anything happened in a 5-year period moving up to your citizenship, that's the period of time that immigration is going to look at your moral character, even if you don't have a conviction. You need a lawyer.
Can I-360 application be denied, and in which and why?
An I-360 can be denied because you're not eligible for the approval. And there's 100 different reasons why you file an I-360. Do you know who files I-360,
You're going to give us all 100?
What?
You're going to give us the 100 reasons?
I'll give you at least several off the top of my head right now.
Okay.
If you are a special juvenile immigrant, you're going to file an I-360.
Mm-hmm.
If you are an abused spouse, you're going to file the I-360.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a religious worker,
3.
You're going to file the I-360.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the special immigrants.
3.
There's about
You
30
got
or 40.
left, man.
I know, but you're asking me to
You
go.
said 100.
Well, it's not 100. I'm being facetious.
Oh,
There's a lot.
right.
Okay, there's a lot of ways, a lot of different applications that one has nothing to do with the other, that you're filing the same form. So when you say, can an I-360 be denied? The most prevalent reason why somebody files an I-360 is for an abused spouse. So yeah, you're not an abused spouse. You can't prove it. Or you can't prove you have good moral character. Or you can't show that it was a real marriage. Although it's very unlikely to say that when there's physical abuse, it's really hard for immigration to say you haven't proven it's a real marriage, because who would pay somebody to get beat up?
Yeah, right?
Right?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
silly.
Master Don Coco, you have been granted asylum. What document do you need to file for your son?
What document? Your son's birth certificate. He's a following to join. Contact our office.
John A. Bryant. Hi, Brad. My brother is married and his wife is a 10-year-old green card holder. She's about to file for her citizenship. Should she file for him now or should she file for him after she becomes a citizen? He is living here in the States with her.
How old is he?
She doesn't say.
Okay.
But they've been married for 10 years. No, wait.
The answer
She's
is
a 10-year green card holder,
without
sorry.
knowing more information. Again, tell us how old your son is. Tell us if he's in the United States. How did he come? This is all information that I need to help you.
It's not her son. It's her spouse.
Spouse.
Well, yeah.
But the answer is always, it is very, very rare that I will say somebody, no, it's not, no, don't file, it's better to wait. Okay? Waiting never helped anybody in immigration. So my general rule of thumb is file now, even if you're not a citizen, upgrade after you become a citizen.
Okay.
Kim Edwards. I have a friend who is waiting for a working permit. Can you explain the steps how she can get a state ID? Does she have to keep using her passport when she gets the work permit?
When she gets a work permit, the steps to get a work permit, Squeeze, there's 500 different ways.
She's waiting for her working permit.
Can I get all 500?
Yeah.
She wants to know the steps on how to get a state ID.
When she gets her work permit, she goes and gets a social security number. Okay? With the social security number and the work permit, you can go to motor vehicles in your particular state, get a driver's license or a state identification. Now you've got everything you need to live in America.
Norbert Swaby. My friend is in Miami. He's been here for 2 years, and his wife has been married to someone from the Caribbean before he got his green card. It didn't work out. Is it okay if she files for him?
What happened in the Caribbean?
She's married to someone in the Caribbean. It didn't work out, but she's with somebody else here in the States. And can she file for him?
You're allowed to get married, fall in love, file for that person, fall out of love, get divorced, find a second person to fall in love with, marry them, and file for them. Who says you're not allowed to fall in love twice, Squeeze?
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, Anna.
Theodon Walcott. For a father to adjust his child's status already in the USA, if he is married, but the wife doesn't want to do it, does he have to wait until he gets his green card to put his papers in? Can he do the I-130 and send it in for the child before the father receives a green card?
Yes, because the wife is filing separately for the child and him, so you can put in a separate I-130 for the child, even if you haven't gotten your green card yet, and it's going to be by the wife.
Sasha Hall. Hi, my friend is married to a green card holder here in the U.S. They have been married for over a year. The husband filed for I-130 for her and her son, who was 17 at the time, in August. They only got a receipt. However, the husband is very abusive. He's a gambler and also an alcoholic. All three are living together. The police was called twice, and she has a restraining order against him. But she got it lifted.
So he should be out of the house. She should get him out of the house if she has a restraining order, and she should be filing a VAWA application. Why would she put herself in danger like that? She needs to file a VAWA application, get her green card through abuse, and get him out of the home.
She said his green card has been expired now.
That her green card or his green card? Who's
his?
She's the citizen? Who's the person who needs the green card?
No, she's married to a green card holder. So I believe she needs the green card.
You can still file a VAWA application married to a green card holder. You can be an abused spouse of a green card holder or a U.S. citizen. She should be calling us.
Okay. Charmaine Dennis, is it okay to travel with advanced parole?
Is it? Yes, it is.
Kat, should I move up my wedding?
Yeah, by the way, Squeeze is sharing our page right now. So I want everybody to please share our page. Please share it right now with everybody. We're going to be finishing up our social media with Anna. Okay, Anna, let's continue.
Should I move out my wedding because of possible immigration law changes in the next 6 months? We planned on getting married in August. I'm a U.S. citizen. Spouse visa expired.
No, you should get married immediately. Why are you waiting? Do it while you can.
Regina Ahmad. I had a friend. She's married to a U.S. citizen. Did the interview for her green card in September. It's January and she has not gotten an answer yet. What should she do?
Call me.
Yuli Faith Walker. I'm filing for a daughter as a green card holder. Can I go ahead and do an application to visit in the meantime for her to visit me until her paper is completed?
No.
She's alone back home.
No, because they're not going to give it to her. Just do it. Your green. The best way to get her here as quickly as possible is have a good lawyer handling it instead of doing it on yourself and fudging it up.
Genesis Real Info. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm in the United States since I was 17, but I did not get a GED. I'm in my late 30s. Can I get DACA?
No, too late. And by the way, you could have went into a GED program if you were under 31 in 2012, which I don't know if you were or not. But now it's too late to file for DACA. You were asleep at the wheel for the last 5 years.
Visa bound. I'm a U.S. citizen. AOS pending for my wife. Is it a problem if my wife and I file joint tax return in her maiden name since she doesn't have a green card yet?
You can file
to change her last name.
She can take your last name if you want, or you can put it in her maiden name. It's a modern world. Whatever name she wants to use. Either one is fine.
Shane Lee, my mom has been here for 2 years. My sister, who's a green card holder, will be 21, filing for her soon. How long will it take for her to get her green card?
The mom has a green card?
Yes, and they're filing for that.
It'll take about 2 years.
U.S. Ford, how much would it cost for me to do my citizenship?
It's the filing fee is $725.
Pap Naideen, my wife applied for me and they lost my card and reapplied another working card, and they respond yesterday telling me they received my application. How long is it going to take for my card?
About 4 months. Okay, this is what happens when you do stuff on your own. Things get mailed to wrong addresses. Nobody listens to Squeeze. Nobody listens to Brad. So now you're waiting 8, 9, 10 months for a work permit because you're doing it on your own. Can you imagine if you had a work permit and you hired a lawyer? You'd make all that money back because you'd be getting a better job.
Nisha Shaman, hi. My sister filed for me in 2002. I was approved, but never received any work papers. What should I do, please? And thanks.
Your wife filed for you in 2012 and you never got a work paper, and it's 5 years?
Her sister.
Her sister?
Her sister.
Okay, because the sister takes 15 years. She should be coming to see me to figure out another way to get a green card.
Nadia Lewis, my brother has a 2-year conditional green card. Can he file for his mother in Jamaica?
No, you have to be a citizen.
Pap Naideen, my wife filed for me and lost my working card. I reapplied for another working card. They respond.
The same question you asked before. It's going to take 9, 10 months.
Well, the other one was a sister. I think this is a different scenario.
People keep losing their work permits or getting them mailed to the wrong addresses.
Yep. Because now it's saying my wife filed for me.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, earlier they said my sister, so
okay.
I don't know. Charmaine Dennis, good morning. My priority date was October 24, 2017. When do you think I'll get an interview date for filing through marriage?
Which state do you live in? Generally it's 9 months, but depends on the state you're in. See, these are why that's why you need to give a lot of information. And there it is, Anna, right?
That wraps up the rapid fire.
All right, thank you very much, Anna, down in Miami. We'll see you at 12 o'clock.